7th grade, Chapter 8, Section 7, Surface Area of Pyramid. So surface area, remember, is what wraps around the figure, or it's each separate face of the figure. So lateral surface area is the sum of the areas of all of its lateral faces. And what's a lateral face? Here I have a picture of it. So it's each of the sides that makes up the figure, including the base. So then we have slant height, is the height of each lateral face. So it literally goes up the slant, whereas the height of a pyramid goes from the point down to the middle of the base. The slant height is along the side, along that face. So a regular pyramid is a pyramid with a base that is a regular polygon. So regular polygon just means that it is the same all the way around the base. And I threw in this over here, right here, because this is what happens. It's called a net. A pyramid, whenever you fold out those sides, and the triangles that make up the pyramid go out to the side, you get what's called a net. So you can kind of see what a net would look like here. Okay, find the surface area of each rectangular prism around to the nearest tenth if necessary. So remember, surface area is each face, and since these are regular prisms, it means we have a front and a back, a left and a right, a top and a bottom. So if we were to look at the front here, we have a front, and the front matches the back because they are parallel and equal. So the area of the front will equal 7 times 11, which is 77. And then there's a front and a back, so the area of the back is the same. Then we have area of the right and area of the left. It's just a rectangle, so length times width. So the right side here is going to be 3 inches by 7 inches because the height has to be the same all the way across. So 3 times 7 is 21, and the left and right match. Then we have area of the top and area of the bottom. So the top is going to be 3 inches at the here, and then 11 inches on this one, because again, top and bottom have to match. So it's 11 times 3, or 33, and the bottom is the same, and now we add those together. So we get a grand total surface area equal to 262 square inches. Again, so area of the front and area of the back will be the same. So area of the front, 4 by 7, which is 28. Area of the right, so 7 by 2.75. 7 times 2.75 is 19.25. Area of the top and bottom, so this is 4 by 2.75. That's 11. We add them up. So that's a total surface area of 116.5 square yards, because it's area, so it is square units. Find the surface area of a rectangular prism that has a length of 8 centimeters, a width of 6 centimeters, and a height of 8 centimeters. So there's also the surface area formula in a rectangular prism that is 2 length width plus 2 height width plus 2 height length. So that would be 2 times 8 times 6 plus 2 times 8 times 8 plus 2 times 6 times 8. So 2 times 8 times 6 plus 2 times 8 times 8 plus 2 times 6 times 8 is 327 centimeters squared. If the surface area of one face of a cube is 49 square centimeters, what is the total surface area? Cube. Cube tells me that they're all the same, and because it's a cube, there are 6 sides, so I take 49 times 6. I get 294 square centimeters. So how do measurements help you describe real-world objects? Well, today we're going to show that we can find the surface area of a pyramid, and we can solve real-world problems involving the surface area of pyramids. So our vocabulary that we talked about: lateral surface area, slant height, and a regular pyramid. We have a key concept here that tells us about those things. So in words, the lateral surface area of a regular pyramid is half the perimeter of the base times the slant height L. So it's just going to a figure, picking out that information, your slant height, the perimeter of the base, and plugging it into a formula. So this total surface area, so where's the total surface area of a regular pyramid is the lateral area plus the area of the base. So the area of the base plus half times the perimeter times the slant height. So trying one out here, find the total surface area of the pyramid. So again, we first write down this formula. Surface area is equal to the area of the base plus 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. So the perimeter is 4 by 4, which means it'll be by 4 by 4. So that's 16. The area of the base is 4 times 4, because the area is a rectangle, so it is length times width of the base. The lateral height, they tell us, is 9 inches. So we multiply through, and we get 88. So to solve, the first thing I want to do is write down my formula. So total surface area is equal to the area of the base plus 1/2 times the perimeter times the slant height. So the base is a rectangular figure. So it's length times width plus 1/2 times the perimeter times that lateral height. Lateral height is here. Perimeter is when we add up all the sides, so it's 3 by 3. So 3 by 3 by 3. So my perimeter equals 3 times 4, which is 12. My length of the base is 3. My width of the base is 3. So I have 3 times 3 plus 1/2 times 12 times the lateral height of 7. So I have 9 plus 6 times 7. So 9 plus 42, which will be 51 square inches. Find the total surface area of the pyramid with a base area of 111 square centimeters. So here, they're telling us the big B is 111. And then we just find the slant height that they told us here. And we need to find the perimeter. So 16 by 16 by 16, so an equilateral triangle. So we plug that information in. So the perimeter is 16 times 3, which is 48. The lateral height is 20, which they gave us here. You can always write everything out. Your big B is 111. We plug it in, and we get 591 square meters. So trying one. Again, surface area is equal to big B plus 1/2 times the perimeter times the lateral height. So find the total surface area of the pyramid with an area, base area of 84.5 square centimeters. Let's see. Lateral height is 18. Our perimeter, they tell us it's a 13 by 13 by 13 triangle, so 13 times 3 is 39. Got everything to plug in. So I have 84.5 plus 1/2 times the perimeter of 39 times the lateral height of 18. So this is 84.5 plus, I can take, by the community property of multiplication, I can take half of 18 first. So half of 18 is 9 times 39. So then I'll take 9 times 39. for some reason. Oh, it must not have done my cross down. So 84.5 plus 351. So I get a total surface area of 435.5 square centimeters. Find the total surface area of this pyramid. So you start with the formula. Base equals 1/2 times the perimeter times the lateral height. What do they give us? They don't actually give us the base area. We can find the perimeter of the base pretty quick because they're saying it's a 10 by 10 by 10, so that's 30. The lateral height is 12 because it's the one that's going up here, but notice they gave us extra information. They gave us this right here. The big clue is that this is a 90-degree angle right here. That tells me that it's the height of that base. So we have to go through and find the big B. So the area of any triangle is 1/2 base times height. So it's 1/2. The base here is 10. The height they gave you here is 8.7. So we plug that into our calculator, and we get 1/2 of 10 is 5 times 8.7, and we get 43.5. So I have a big B of 43.5. And now we can plug it in as they did. So there's the big B, here's our perimeter, here's our lateral height, multiply, and we get 223.5 square feet. Finding all of that information again. So surface area is equal to the area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter times the lateral height. So finding that information, big base, perimeter, lateral height. Well, lateral height, I can see here, is 8 inches because it runs up the side of the pyramid. I have a perimeter of 5 by 5 by 5, so 15. And I need to find the area of the base. Well, the area of the base, what kind of base is it? It's a triangle. So the area of a triangle is equal to 1/2 base times the height. So 1/2, let's see. Oh, actually, they gave it to us in this one. That was nice of them. So this is 10.8. So the area of the base is 10.8. So this will be 10.8 plus 1/2 times the perimeter, which is 15. Times the lateral area, which is 8. So 10.8 plus 4 times 15, since 1/2 of 8, using the community property, is 4. That's where I got that. So 4 times 15 is 60. So 10.8 plus 60. So we get 70.8, and my units are inches, so square inches. Sal's wrapping gift boxes that are square pyramids. Those are very interesting. Trying to make my pyramid here is not really working, but you get the idea. It's a square pyramid. Square pyramid means all of the sides at the bottom of the pyramid are the same. So they have a slant height of 3 inches, a base edge, so length. So that means this is 2.5. 2.5 times 4, because there's 4 sides, is 10. How many square inches of cardstock are used to make one gift box? So the area of the base is a rectangle, so 2.5 times 2.5 gives us 6.25. So length times width, 2.5 times 2.5, plus 1/2 times 10 the perimeter times 3 the slant height, plug it in, and we get 21.25 square inches of cardstock are used to make one gift box. A game piece for a board game is shaped like a square pyramid. So again, my base is a square. Okay, slant height of 15 millimeters. The bases have edges of 11. So we have a perimeter of 44 millimeters. And we need the area of that big base, which is length times width. So in this case, 11 times 11 is 121 millimeters squared. Total surface area is equal to the big V plus 1/2 times the perimeter times L. So the big V is 121 plus 1/2 times the perimeter, which is 44, times the lateral height, which is 15. So that's 121 plus 22 times 15. So 22 times 15 is 330 plus 121. So that's 451 millimeters squared. How do measurements help you describe real-world objects? It helps us to find the amount of paint needed to paint the surface of a pyramid-shaped object, such as a birdhouse. And then you can write a paragraph describing how what you learned about surface area of prisms helped you define the surface area of pyramids.